Hey, welcome to Musicians Hangout with your host, Crash Fistfight, the Booty Pop Moopsie, and Maxine Maxwell from the Maxwells.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Welcome
We got
back.
new stuff.
Yeah, we got our video working. Thanks, Don Rush.
Thanks, Don Rush of Audio Side in the amazing Zanesville, Ohio. I don't know why I'm like putting up hearts and like pointing and dancing. Nobody can see me.
Yes, as you can see, Crash's camera is not working tonight, but she's still with us. And you look gorgeous. She looks gorgeous. I saw her behind the screen and she's looking fabulous today.
I look just like my picture.
Right? All right. So I'll go over Musicians Hangout mission statement and we will introduce to you our guest host for tonight. All right. Our mission statement here at Musicians Hangout is to be part of a revolution to create friendships with other artists and build a community network to save music. And we welcome Joe Nathan. Joe Nathan, welcome to Musicians Hangout. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
How you doing?
Hi. Wow. Oh my goodness, and we have a special treat because Joe Nathan's going to play some tunes for us too. Yeah. Rocking out on Musicians Hangout tonight. Oh, Joe Nathan, where are you streaming from tonight? Where's your home state?
I'm in Douglasville, Georgia.
You're in Georgia, all the way on the East Coast from us. So that's awesome.
Yes,
Very cool.
Where are you guys located?
All right, so we're near Seattle, but we're not in Seattle. I am on the Olympic Peninsula, and I'm west of Seattle.
Okay.
And I am north of Seattle. Well, actually northeast because I'm on the east side a little bit in Lake Stevens.
So is it like Washington?
Yes. This is both Washington.
Pacific Northwest.
Yes, indeed. I get confused sometimes with the Pacific Standard Time. It's been a long time since I've had to do that.
Right.
I was in the Navy in the 70s in San Diego, California. And they were 3 hours behind us then. And it got kind of difficult then. So when you said Pacific Time, oh God, here we go again.
3 hours. Oh man.
I know, right? That's cool.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I have a hard time. I trip over the East Coast time zone too.
She's always calling me. Is it 2 hours? 3 hours? Like I can't remember.
I always think of Central Time. I don't know why.
Happens to me all the time too.
Yeah.
When I'm asked, I actually have to look it up. So where am I really?
Right?
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Like I don't know where I'm at.
It's like if I spoke someone's part.
How we do math.
Not math.
Yes.
I just want to be like, math. I don't care about your ex, and I don't know why she left. But I'm not helping you find her.
If she left, it was a good thing.
Right?
Yeah.
She's your ex.
Sometimes people need to be by themselves.
That is correct.
Oh yes.
That's how I enjoy it. So thank you for inviting me over to the show.
Yes.
It comes at a really good time actually because I'm in a transition period. Can we talk about it? This all started for me 4 years ago, 2018. After a very nasty divorce and forced retirement, I kind of like needed to restart. Up to that moment, I really wasn't doing anything significant, just sitting around, just strumming and noodling, practicing, I guess. I let someone hear a track I had done, and they said something that was very motivational. Ooh. And that started me back to really writing. And then from that series of songs, I started doing open mic sessions at a place called Smith's Old Bar. It wasn't for a year before the COVID virus came and shut everything down. I have not gone back out since then. I began to record trap music. The young guys coming, they want to, smoke weed and get in my studio booth and, and record foolishness. I let them do it. it's good practice, and it was kind of fun. This is no longer the pursuit for stardom or excellence or any of that stuff as it used to be. This is more a way of life now.
Yes.
You know, I'm an artist. I'm a musician, person, artist, all one. And this is how I breathe. So I have all this stuff so I can breathe correctly.
Yeah.
I have a very large personality. And of course, I'm transgender. So it's made finding people to work with very difficult. And I work very hard. And that's the thing right there I found. Work ethic has changed tremendously from what I've got grown used to. And for what I expect of my music. You know, hip hop nowadays is FL Studio, drag and drop and loop and copyright infringement. It drives me crazy. I like original music, my music. I have so many inspirations from Glenn Campbell, Roy Clark. Yes, I love country music. The old country music. Yes, ma'am. Indeed so. But then there's my heavy metal influences. Randy Rose, yes. Jake E. Lee, Eddie Van Halen. I'm lining them up. Zach Wilde, Joe Satriani, and my absolute favorite besides myself is Steve Vai.
I love Steve Vai.
Yes.
Eric Johnson is. I like Eric Johnson.
I like Eric Johnson. There's a lot of guys that I didn't name that have their platform of greatness and great contributions. And being a guitar player, when you're trying to find your own way, you do listen to everybody.
Yes.
And you try to pick up the technique, not so much as the song they're playing, but so much as the technique of how they came about that. I call it mixing paint. So I listen to pretty much everybody and everything, and I'm heavily influenced in some areas by it. You mentioned my squeals earlier.
Yes.
I stole that from Zach Wilde. I'm sorry. You should know where that came from. Yes. I'm honest, I stole it. And I do it as often as I can. It's like a vicious thing.
We have a message from the ex-offenders, and they say, play your music.
Yes. Woo-hoo.
First for the night.
God.
What?
Girl, you can throw down.
That's all I do is sit and play guitar.
That is amazing.
This is all I do. 24/7. I'm retired. Nowhere I have to go.
Oh, wonderful.
No place I have to be in life anymore.
Blissful.
So I make music and I practice. I practice and practice and practice.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't have a job where I work every day, so I have a lot of time off, honestly. I'm so lazy. I could be going out there in my living room and jamming on my drums anytime I freaking want.
Don't you freaking do that though?
No.
Like you're always
Don't say that. Because I have the last here.
I do jam a lot though.
She does. She's always at band practice. I'm like, oh, sorry, you're busy at band practice again. Oh, sorry, you got that band practice
That's
again.
Like, that's a great way. That's a great way of having life to do what you do.
I have got to say though, since jamming with all these amazing artists, my game has stepped up. Like I'll go to do something that I thought was tricky before, and then all of a sudden it's just like boom, I could just do it super easy. And then when we record stuff and I hear back, I'm like, this is amazing. Who is this? Oh my god, that's us that played. Like
I know, right?
Well,
Isn't it surprising the playbacks? The playbacks are always surprising.
Oh, right.
What was that, Maxine?
I was going to say, speaking of recording, Joe Nathan, you do some recording.
I do indeed.
Yes.
And I do come on.
That too.
We want to talk about recording?
Oh, we
can totally talk about recording. Okay. I'm into recording.
Wow. So we start at the very beginning of what DAW I use and plugins, the whole setup first, and then go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me put the guitar down for a moment. My favorite thing, by the way.
So you
You
sure
gotta
can
show
handle
No.
that?
You gotta show that guitar.
First thing is first. When I started this back in 2010, I didn't have money. Okay, I had a job that paid $12 an hour, but I had rent and bills, so I had no money. And computer illiterate, basically. My oldest brother, he built computers. And I tried to have a conversation with him about what a DAW was, what we're supposed to do. And he just said to me, do your research, go look it up, then you'll know. And this is back in 2010 where we didn't have internet like we have now. So everybody had magazines and only like maybe audio fanzine. And this is when I found Reaper for the first time. Everybody was using, everybody was talking about Pro Tools, Logic Pro, Reason, and Ableton. These were the top things everybody was talking about. Nobody was talking about Reaper. Now I had seen Cakewalk, and I didn't agree with Cakewalk for some reason. Things have to make sense. That didn't make sense to me. Reaper made sense to me because it was like an artist wants a blank canvas that he can paint on. I needed something that would let me record my instruments and come up with my ideas on my own without saying, well, just go click here and drag this and then see if that works. No, I like to think. I like to make my own paint. Reaper let me do that. So it came down to DAW interfaces. And for the longest time, I had the Lexicon Alpha. This thing is like $60, but it was so clean, so quiet, no clicking, no latency, no trouble at all. So at this moment, we have the computer. We run a Reaper. And we now have the Yamaha DGX 230 piano, which also USB. So that's my controller. Okay. So this is how I get my drums. I will bring up a track. I'm going to take you through every step now. Here we go. So now I'm set, ready to go. This is the earliest stages. It's more complicated now. Back then, there were no VSTs. There was the actual instruments and to figure it out. So then I plug in, my mixing board was the PV6. All instruments go into the mixing board. It's called wet mixing. So I'm always in control of my sound. I know what's going in, so I know what's coming out. You ever heard of GIGO? You put in garbage in, you get garbage out, right? You put the right lead in, going in, you get good coming back out. So I like to control the volume, the EQs, everything going in before the recording. So what I get is what I wanted. So then from there, we play the drums. Playing the drums, I can actually. I think Mike can show you that. I might can show you that. Let me see.
Yes, please do.
This for you. Give me 1 second. I might
yes, show and tell. We like that.
Okay. Here we are. Go there. Okay. Is everybody on? Oh crap! No, I can't do that because that's not the one. Well, maybe. Give me a second. We can do this. Okay, I can do this. Give me a second. I have to change something, and then we right back, and then we can do this. Yeah, save everything.
You got this.
Right back.
I love the setup.
Right back. Let's do that. Okay, now everybody's ready to go. You guys are ready? Tell me. Who do I know? Oh, okay. Have to switch back from the guitar to you guys. 1 second. Okay. This is a real studio. You do a lot of wires, plugging, unplugging.
I dig it. I love your little studio, man. I love like seeing everyone's spaces.
This is actually the 4th one, but this is also the last one. I think I have it right this time.
Yeah, it's a cool setup you got.
And Dwayne from the X Offenders, he says, nicely done. This is Dwayne, by the way. What do you use? Logic, Pro Tools?
Me? Reaper.
Reverb.
Reaper. REAPER. Come on, sweetie. Now we're in business. Give me 1 second here. There we go. There we go. Come on. And will this be what we're looking for? Oh, no. Not a problem. And so we'll put that button. Come on. What do you do for me?
A genius at work.
Wow.
Yes, Reaper.
Shit, yes, Reaper.
The program is called Reaper with a P.
Reaper.
Oh, Reaper.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, Jim Day got it. Thanks, Jim Day.
I heard him say P earlier, but
Oh,
then I second guessed myself, so I stayed quiet. I was like,
okay, no problem.
I haven't heard of Reaper. Honestly, this is the first time.
Really?
Max,
Really?
have you heard of Reaper?
I have.
Well, I will tell you the argument, my personal argument, they say that FL Studio is #1 software and Reaper's #2. I disagree with that. I think Reaper's #1 software, really.
Okay.
Fair enough.
And and you put the two together, and I tell you what, it's amazing. And I can say it because I do have FL Studio. I do have Cubase. I have Pro Tools. I have Persona Studio 1. I also have Ableton Live, but I just prefer Reaper. It just works better for me for what I do, and it sounds better here. It's a color. Okay. All right. Very good. What I did was I preset this track. I was going to do a tutorial for the guys on producers page. A lot of the guys come in there, and from their conversations, they really don't know what to do. So I was going to do a tutorial on how to make a beat. And somehow fast or easy it is to use what you have without going to debt, buying stuff you really can't afford. You know, software and VSTs and other kind of stuff you don't need right now. So for drums, let's see, go down. Oh, that's good. There we go. There we go. One. Oh, okay, one more step. I forgot one step. Forgive me, I forgot one step. Here. Come on. There we go.
Max said that he has heard of that program.
Mm-hmm. Its reputation is gaining ground very quickly. There we go. Okay.
I can hear it.
Now, if I want that performance, let me see what track can I bring up first. If I want that performance, then I'll simply do. Where are you? Okay. Let's put you right here on pop out. I'm going to record this for you in a second.
All right.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm going to show you how quick this is easy, how quickly and easy this happens. Go ahead. All right. Your arm. Let me have a tempo real quick. Let you know. A little bit faster than that. Let's go here. Go here. Uh-oh. This is going to get good. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, we're going to go with 140. All right. Move over. Okay, stop.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, shut up. Talking my phone.
She never understands.
All right. I'll give it 2 seconds.
At least not me.
Here we go.
My Siri told me she didn't know how I could go to hell. She didn't have directions. Okay.
Do you remember when Siri told me it was a bummer?
Yes.
Bummer indeed. That's what she said. Bummer indeed, because we were trying to go live at the hotel when we were doing girls' night.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And I kept pressing, to go live. And I was like, oh shit, but it heard Siri. And I said, oh, bummer right after that. And Siri said, bummer indeed. And then it went live. And we were both laughing about what Siri had said. And I was all old with my feet in there.
That was hilarious.
What, Siri? Oh, bummer. Siri, are you haunted?
Now it's such a sound on here.
Keep forgetting I don't have a camera. It's really bugging me.
I know. We all miss your face. The chat's going off about that. Where's
I
Crash?
saw that.
Crash?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it, kids.
We're working on some funding. Crash. We got to
Well,
get Patreon going so we can
Crash
get
has
her
been
laptop.
working, so hopefully she can work her ass into a new computer.
Right. Laptop time for you,
Yes.
audio and video.
My hard work will pay off.
It will. It will.
It already has.
sounds
I'm going to see the Chili Peppers in August.
Yeah. You sound wonderful. Your audio is great, girl. It really is.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So you sound good. Your picture looks great. I know because I took it.
Yes, you. Yes.
I did with the
Right
tripod.
outside your front stoop.
Yes. I'm in the picture, but I took it.
Yeah, sorry I crapped you out. It was,
Yeah, there we go.
there you go.
Ooh.
All right. Have it.
Oh, that's cool. Jim Day's gonna go see Queensrÿche
Nice.
and the Priest on March 9th. Nice.
Ooh, that's coming up too. Not too long from now. It's just around the corner. March is going to be here before we know it.
Guttermouth is playing Tony V's on March 12th, I think. I can't remember.
Okay. Almost done. Take that before me.
It's all good. It's fun to watch the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how quickly you do that. No
That
dragging
was
and
really
dropping.
cool. Oh my
Wasn't
God.
that quick? Wasn't
Yeah.
that quick?
Yeah. I bet you have so much fun with that. Oh my goodness.
Actually, I do. I really do.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time in here.
Yeah, I bet hours.
I
Just
would
hours.
never leave my bedroom if I had that. Like,
You know
ever.
what? That's not true. Because sometimes this is a lot for one person. You really think about all the dynamics behind music, you
Right?
know. This is an awful lot for one person to keep moving.
It is.
And sometimes you don't feel like it.
Girl, we're both drummers, so no, we get it.
I have a set of drums right here, my Lisa's Natural Mesh. And I tell you what, I think it's been over a month now since the last time I sat down behind those.
Oh.
Truthfully. My
It hasn't
guitars
even
and
been
my
24
piano
hours
do
for
not
me.
much time down. And then learn how to audio engineer. And that's the other thing.
I'm in that process right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Let me ask you
Ozzy's
a
in the
question.
room.
Agree or disagree? The way music sounds today, yes or no?
Doing what with music?
The way music sounds today, the way it's mixed, yes or no?
I prefer classic. I like the classic sound when it was more raw, personally. I'm a big Sabbath fan, and I believe in that true raw sound.
Yeah,
I think stuff can be way too polished and way too compressed.
So yeah, and that's where I'm with on it.
But some new sound is pretty damn good. I gotta say, like
I love the way studio stuff sounds, but honestly, people are gonna expect that at a live show.
And you can't have it. No, it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
And it's not gonna happen. I can guarantee it's
No.
just not gonna happen.
That's why
But
when sound
kudos
like
to Van Halen. Okay, kudos to Van Halen. Their live shows sound exactly like the studio. So if that was Dave Templeton producing that, the man was brilliant.
Yep.
Yes. He recreate the same sound in the studio as he does in a live venue.
Yeah.
So it's like taking everything with you and setting up accordingly, plus adjusting for the sound in the room.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has a great sound man every time.
Yeah, every time. And then you have to also have a great set of ears. So I have a bit of a hearing loss. So I mix in headphones. I use Sennheiser headphones.
Oh yeah.
Before then, I was using Tascam. Before then, Sony. I always have a CD of my music in my car so that I can listen to what I've done.
Yes.
Now, what I'm listening for, I'm not just listening to the song itself. I'm listening to the timing of the execution performance. Did I strike the note the exact same time and measure as it was supposed to? Was it too soon or was it too late? If you listen to a song long enough, you hear this lag. What else? I'm listening for why am I too loud or am I too soft? Is there a place where I can get softer without changing? How do I build presence, atmosphere, and dynamic? As I'm listening,
we have some stuff. Everybody is saying, Jim Day is saying that everything is too digital these days.
I'm an analog.
Ozzy says I have a mix. I like a mix of raw and electronic.
Yeah.
And Jim Day was like, that's because it was analog. And then Kent, he's like, too much compression with today's mixes. All dynamics are muted at the cost of volume. I absolutely agree.
Well, yes, you have to compress considerably to, first of all, to set your frequency. I think it would be at minus 18 dB, which really puts you at a minus 0.6 dB. But your left is where you're getting the volume from. And some guys are shooting this margin at about 10 to 11 LUFS. Now, some guys have gotten better at this, and they're hitting like 9 and 8, and that's very loud. But you're losing so much of the music itself because of the volume.
Right.
It's very tricky. I don't like the way the music sounds today, mostly because it's all too digital.
Yes.
It's all based too much off of VSTs, which I don't have too much of an issue with. But I think you have to have a balance, and I think too much of that balance has been replaced with the pursuit to be hip hop, which I think is over compressed, loud irritation. And stuck in a loop, really, just the same hook over and over. It's too easy, really too easy. With my music, I'm old school, and I believe in composition, song, verse, chorus, bridge, ramp, that kind of thing. Yeah. And everything should have its place, With today's music, not so much. The drum is way out front, with the vocal a little bit, not much in front of it. The bass is pushed way to the back, and everything else is in between it, but squashed down.
Yeah,
it really sounds like a loud can really. But the speakers make it sound good because the speakers are calibrated for those frequencies. So I guess you would say that nowadays we're selling frequency instead of music.
Oh, right? Agreed.
Like you and I grew up on Sabbath, Motley Crue, Early Ozzy Osbourne, the Scorpions, Dockers. I love Scorpions, by the way, my favorite.
I was just listening to the Scorpions today.
So you know this sound that we grew up with, right? And this is before the era of hi-fi. When we went to hi-fi, right? Fleetwood Mac. That's that. CD. I love Fleetwood Mac, by the way. Stevie Nicks is my girl. And we went to CD hi-fi, and we stayed there. And we sacrificed so much of the integrity of the music to stay there, and we're still there. I'm not there, unfortunately, no. I like heavy metal music that bites you, as you heard me. Yes. But I also like smooth jazz. It just makes you feel really good. I'm bipolar.
I love jazz.
So as you interact with me more often, you will see my madness a lot.
I love it. Oh, I love that you're influenced by so many different genres, and that you do appreciate the old school ways of recording, because we can bring that to our digital world.
You know what? I have on my studio, on my dash, you can see my dash, these 3 racks, I have 3 different Behringer compressors. And I did that for a very silly reason, actually. I looked at the number of compressors in a studio rack and was amazed at how many they actually had sitting there. And I was thinking, well, aren't they pretty much all doing the same thing? Yes or no? So I decided I would chain 3 of these things together and see what differences it makes in sound. Amazing. Okay? The way the signal flow goes, by the time you hit the third compressor, it has tied everything together, and the sound is so sweet. And no matter what I do, it just has a signature to it. It's amazing. I love it.
Oh, great.
Then there's the EQ with this EQ. Now I have one unit that I don't like. I have no idea why an engineer would create a unit and do not put an on-off switch on it.
Right?
I have a TC Electronics dual engine reverb system, which I refuse to use because I cannot turn it off.
What?
I don't want that reverb on everything. No, I do not.
Weird. Huh.
But you can't turn it off. I know, right? It just
frustrating.
Huh. That's crazy.
What's that is crazy.
Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? The things, oh my God, I'm like, really, dude? And it came with such great reviews, so I bought it. I'm on
Jim
YouTube
Day says that digital sound symbols sound like warped cassettes.
Digital sound? Well, you know what? So this is what you really have to do. Let's talk about that then. How do you unprocess? This you have to do first. You have to first unprocess that loop you have. Whatever that clip you have, it's got a lot of processing on it. When you drop it in DAW, you see it's coming in like a +2. So it's already got too much crap on it. So you need to find a way to dial that back. And I'm guessing that you're going to have to drop an EQ on that track and really trim that thing. And then, wow. Wow, dude. Okay, let's do this then. Let's record that symbol on multi-tracks. Let's put it on at least 6 different tracks. I know it's going to sound loud at first, but stay here with me. If you put that on 6 different tracks and it's playing throughout the song, then you have 6 different places that you can go to bring volume down and bring volume up to create better controlled effects, okay? You always want to put a plate reverb on the cymbals. Don't make any adjustment. Just leave it there. Let it do what it's going to do on its own. Just a plain plate reverb. And that'll take away some of that noise that you don't like. It kind of like make it a little bit warmer. But you can build the layer of it and the warmth of it by the multi-tracking of it, and then by the adjusting of the phase, bring it down first, and then slowly bring it up till you get the warm sound you want, okay? And you have 6 of them, so you can spread this out and pan these 15 degrees right and left, so it's in those speakers and not obnoxiously so. And it's kind of like twitch along till you get that sound you really want. We have to put some time into each track. I record my drums with each track. Kick goes on track, bass goes on track, cymbal goes on track. Everything gets its own track, so I have room to work with. Because yes, VST stuff has a tendency to sound like crap. Now I have an exception for you. 2 of them. MT Power Drummer, and it's a free download, by the way, is by far the baddest ass drum program I've seen thus far, and I'm using it a lot.
That's cool. It sounds good.
It is very good. And when you open it up, it's a donation page. You don't have to do it. You skip over that. But if you give the guy $9, that page goes where you got an amazing drum program that you can do a lot of things with. And I tell you what, it's worth the look. I always say this. It doesn't hurt to look. It's a free download. Go look at it. You don't like it? Uninstall it. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. The next one is Satala 808. I'm giving you some free stuff, okay? Satala 808 is another free drum VST. You put those 2 together, baby, I'm telling you are rocking. Awesome sound. All right?
Nice.
And then you put this thing about the VST sound like crap to bed. Honestly, they do sound like crap. There's a reason for that, but that's another conversation another time, okay? In my studio,
yes.
Okay. In my studio, I do have a couple of photos of VSTs. I'm very fond of subscriptions. Subscriptions let you try out every single plugin they have. And if you don't like it, you can unsubscribe from it. If you like it, you have access for a whole year. I endorse Slate digital plugins. The things are freaking awesome. $9.99 a month. I did it because I wanted the sense. Now, let's talk about that in a minute. I have sense. But I want more sound. And my Microfreak, this little guy, has a ton of sound.
That sounds pretty.
This thing is amazing. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
But
it sounds like a lot of fun.
it's so much fun. Oh my God. I have a ball in here, but I want more sound. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you need more sound. So Slate came out with a bundle called Anna. Anna has about 50 various synths. And you combine all those together, you have almost 1,000 different sounds to play with. And I said, yes.
Yeah.
Now I can just assign different sounds, to do different things with. With rock and roll, the rhythm is the most challenging. And since it's me by myself, I am attempting to translate more of my percussive rhythm to the piano, or to the synth, and let me do more things with rhythm guitar since I play 7 strings. So it's kind of challenging. So I need sounds that go beyond the basic piano strings, chorus, ooh, ah. I need weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I went looking for weird stuff.
Sweet.
And $9.95 was not a bad investment. The other place I go to is the VST warehouse where everything is free.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Gotta love that,
I like that too. And another shameless plug, if I might add, I do all my musical shopping from www.zzunds.com. Z Sounds is the bomb.
Oh.
Yeah, they
We might
flex
have to
pay
check them out.
everything.
Heck yeah.
They flex pay. Girl, this whole studio comes from Z Sounds. Since 2018, we've been doing this.
Wow.
Because I pretty much lost everything and had to start all over again.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it sucked. Okay. Everything in here is pretty much new from Z Sounds, and you just put it in bundles and just pay it off. 4 months, and that's done. And get another bundle. And there you go. Go studio. So musically, where I am now, I am starting to stream live. I'm streaming on Facebook. I'm streaming on Instagram. I'm streaming on Twitter. I have a YouTube page.
Wow.
I have a SoundCloud page. I have a Bandcamp page. I have a BandLab page. I'm on a site called Dribble, but they're kind of like down right now.
Okay. Oh.
Dribble?
No, I haven't, but good to know that they're down. Like sometimes, platforms.
Yeah, they're down right. They say they're rebuilding. I hope so. It's a great platform, and so I hope so. And I'm hoping that we'll have this kind of dialogue on a regular basis, so we can share stuff, and I can keep you guys informed of what's going on.
Yeah.
So what happened was I had a fallout with my artist.
Okay.
I saw it coming, and I tried to get out of the way of it, really.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are just determined to just fall on you, and you just can't stop it. And unfortunately, when it happened, it kind of like brought me to a stop. Okay, now what do I do? I'm back to telling people I got a full studio up here. Come up here, and do what you do. If you're in this music business, then I'm somebody you want to know. I have a complete platform that lets you come in from the ground. I'm gonna meet you where you are. I have enough knowledge to share. I can even teach you to get to where you're trying to go to a certain point. They have to let you on your own. But as far as learning to play, I have a full room of instruments, pianos, guitars, bass, drums. There's no excuses. I have 2 computer systems, Windows 10 and Windows 8.1. There are 3 keyboards up here currently. So if a person is really serious about getting into music, you should come knock on my door. But because I am this, then, everybody stay away, and it is their loss. But the offer still stands, and saying here, if you are trans and you want music in your life, then come see me. I can give it to you.
That's awesome.
Well, that seems to be a mission of yours as a recording artist.
It is.
To that community and help them out with their passion and their dreams, and that's beautiful.
It's helping me also because you must understand that I got displaced.
Yeah.
Understand that?
Yeah.
And by the time the smoke cleared, I was here and living.
Yeah.
And I got shoved aside. So I had to find my own way. I had to find. As the song said, I'm looking for my place in this world. I'm not of this world, but I'm in this world. Yeah. So I'm kind of like looking for my place in this world from my perspective. I'm transgender. What do I have to give to my transgender sisters and brothers? I have my music. I have my love for God. This I freely give.
You have your heart to give too.
Yeah, it
And
radiates
it's
from
very
you. You have
beautiful.
very good aura about you, and you
Yeah,
radiate that passion. So
absolutely.
yeah.
That's, you know what a eunuch is?
Yes.
Well, I have a better word for that. We're unique.
I love it.
We're
Yes.
unique.
Yes.
And that's a journey in itself. All of this is new with me, and it's really begun with last year. I embrace the fact that I am feminine. In 2018, after the last catastrophic event in my life, and I had to sit back and have an honest conversation with myself and tell myself the truth. You know, the truth I didn't want to hear, that I ran from all my life, but you can't run from yourself. It is what it is.
No,
Yeah.
it always
And
will
then,
catch up to you.
Then I get forced into retirement, and I still have these buffers, to get through. But
Okay.
then I'm retired, and then VA tells me, whoa, dude, you have rapid cycling bipolar 2 disorder, and you have PTSD, so you're kind of crazy. And I fell apart.
Yeah.
Because I have been through hell, not
Right.
knowing why. I've been run off everywhere I've been for being this. I've been betrayed by everyone I know and not understand why. It doesn't matter. I'm okay. God has me. Trust when I tell you, I'm in His hands and I am stronger than Him. Anyway. So when I read the letter and the light came on, that, oh my God, they were right. I was the problem. And the problem was that I was living a lie, crashing on them because they saw the truth. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to be honest.
Yeah.
And it was making everybody uncomfortable. And I'm so emotionally unstable being bipolar. So you kind of like dealing with a freakish monster. Like, get him out of here.
Yeah.
So,
But how freeing is it now that
oh my
you
God.
are who you are today?
Girl,
Right.
it's why I'm so I can go out my house dressed and I have CDs. You see? Wait.
Yeah. No, girl, you look good. Come on now. Oh my God, your hair is so
It's
cute.
a wig. I have lashes on, no makeup today. And now I live this. Understand? I have a consultation with my psychiatrist to start HRT because
Oh,
we're going to
good.
fix this. I am a girl born inside a male body. That's the whole. That's not the problem. God wanted me to be unique, and I am. But since I do have
Girl,
a choice,
flash your freak
I'd rather be
flag.
in my female form.
Fly it loud and proud.
And I am, and I put it everywhere. The first thing I did was I stuck it on Facebook, homepage for all to see, talking about my transgender beauty. Girl, my
Good for
sisters were
you.
mad with me. I have 4 of them, and
We absolutely
I
support
had 3
Absolutely.
conversations.
the
You know something?
LBGTQRST element of P.
I
I
support
know
them
there's a lot of
all.
letters these
And
days,
can I
but we
say this to
absolutely
you?
support.
Stand up, pick your head up. You're not an embarrassment. No, you're not a freak. You are fearfully and wonderfully made by God for His purposes and His will. You're special. Enjoy that. Embrace that. Life is so much better when you're free. Scripture says you
That's
should know
right.
the truth shall make you free. I'm not a man nor am I a woman. I'm something else. And I am free. And you know what? If you listen to my music, you can kind of sort of pick that up. Matter of fact,
I
look at my
love
first
that.
name. Look at my first name. Do you see it? Look at
Joe
the-
Nathan.
Yeah.
Look at that. Tell me about that hyphen. What does that hyphen represents? It takes away something.
I was
It
going to
takes
say,
away the E. It takes away the H, leaving it feminine.
Yeah,
there
it
you
does.
go.
It really does. Yeah.
My mother knew. My father didn't.
I was going to say the hyphen represents your your transition.
Yes. The transition, I would say that this is actually, we're actually fully in year 1 of the actual transition when I stood and said, you know what? I'm not a sissy. I'm not a eunuch. I'm not a freak. I'm transgender. And here I am.
There you go.
And now we walk boldly. So now I'm putting my music out. And I did it a little bit sheepishly at first. I did inform people that I am transgender and I will be doing live streaming, And I guess it's kind of like, reason being that I had a conversation with my older sister. They were having a New Year's Eve party, and it just came out that I'm transgender by way of my pictures, actually.
Yeah.
And so I get a conversation from my older sister, and she's asked me a bunch of questions about why now, after all this time in life, blah, 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 blah. But she was building up to a very hateful question.
Oh.
Which simply was, so why do I have to participate?
Oh.
You caught that, didn't you? Girl, that hurt me so bad.
That's off-putting.
That's such a horrible thing to say.
That was a Dave Chappelle thing. And when I watched him say it in his skit, I kind of felt something then, but it hadn't touched me yet. But then my own flesh and blood said the same thing and it smacked my face hard.
Oh.
Yeah, that would.
So then I get another sister, my youngest one, who saw me on my profile picture. She said to me, "You look crazy. What happened to being a pastor?" And I had to explain some things to her. And we stopped speaking. And the last one was my other sister took the long way around to tell me don't ever come to her house.
Oh my!
But, and this played out on Facebook in public, but I cannot begin to tell you of the number of people who've come to me with hearts and love and and support.
Good.
I know it's just so sad that your family couldn't be as loving and supportive.
Family and church deliver the worst hurt.
Oh, see.
You know this. And yes, I do have a doctorate in sacred theology. I am licensed and ordained to preach. I just will not preach the law they want to teach. No, that's not true. The blood of Jesus saves us all. Even the worst of person can be saved by the blood of Jesus at that very moment.
Jesus was always hanging out with that hooker.
For God to who said that? For God to love the world,
He didn't
watch out for me because I do have a doctorate in theology and I can have very deep conversations. But musically speaking, let me tell you about my music. Get ready for this.
Yes, please do.
Please play.
Music is my worship to God.
Oh,
I love that.
Because I have a heart for Him.
Oh.
And I do not do lyrics in any of my music because the heart will lie. The heart will say things in the moment of passion that it will regret after the fact. The heart is wicked and deceitful. Only God knows it. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm saying things that I can't live up to. Yeah. Be honest with you, I'm a sinner saved by grace, and I need that grace daily. My music is the gift that He gave me. Sometimes it's like He says, "Here, play this because I like the way it sounds coming from you." You get that?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
I get that.
Give me a piano. Okay.
That is beautiful.
Beautiful.
My heart. Even my rock and roll.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Even my rock and roll. Sometimes there's nothing. Sometimes there's just silence. And I sit here and I guess it's humbling because, when your mind can come up together with so much so quickly, you can get lost and it's very easy to get puffed up. And I don't want to do that. I've had some real life experiences and God has truly had to deliver me from horrible places. And I always be humble and knowing that I need Him. So sometimes there's no music. So I just play scales, just practice technique, go sit here and talk to you guys on Facebook. But when there's music, there's really, really great music. Can I play my song? Can I rock a little?
Absolutely. Please do.
Yes.
Yes. You know, you can really
Please
feel
do. We
the
love
lyrics.
music.
I love my music. I do. I'm a true artist.
And our friend Kent, I wanted
And
to say this before. He said, music is the closest thing to an existential experience I've ever had. Music is truly a gift.
Oh, true.
And I know personally, I've had an out-of-body experience playing my drums.
Oh, me too. It's
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, music
be
is your
very
heart and
spiritual.
soul. It's what your feelings sound like.
I got switch cords back again. I got plug stuff back up again. My fault.
I keep
I've had a
making
few drinks
faces at
for
the
you, so
camera.
bear with me.
Nobody can see me.
Okay, that's goes over here. Okay.
Watch my camera pop on for a second.
No pop up. Second. Now, as a drummer, do you sometimes write music?
Yes, I write.
Yes.
You know, my husband will put a riff down, but I write a lot of the lyrics. There has been a few songs where he has written either all the lyrics or part of the lyrics, but I'm usually the one that writes to his riffs, basically.
Back in the 80s, I had a band that I used to call Creation Station. And I used to, this was before I got saved, of course, when I was truly into being a sinner. Rock and roll, sex and drugs and rock and roll was my life. Best I could anyway. And I was writing lyrics back then, but I have to be honest and tell you that none of my lyrics ever made any sense.
That's all right.
They never, as far as I'm concerned, they never expressed the complete, except, well, maybe a couple times I did hit the nail on the head, but most of the time, no. And it was such a difficult thing to do it back then that I kind of sort of just stopped. And then when my life changed, and I found myself just not willing to say that to him anymore. You know, no, everybody's just giving up lip service. And the scripture says that those who worship must do so in spirit and truth. My heart and my music is the truest thing I have to give him. You know, I remember giving him that, even in my rock and roll. And I like dark sound, by the way. If you haven't noticed yet.
Nice. I love that. Yeah.
Just a
little darkness.
All day long, just rock.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you should recognize. Oh, don't do that to me. You should recognize who I like from the way I sound.
Oh yeah.
Kind of obvious, isn't it?
It's very obvious. Zakk Wylde, Randy Rhoads, Van Halen. I can hear all of it within.
Excellent.
In the sound, definitely.
Excellent.
Lots of Zakk Wylde. Definitely.
And, you know, I have a lot of stories, so you're gonna enjoy me. Back in 1986, I hadn't started doing English yet. I was at that moment trying to learn to play jazz guitar, honestly. And I was driving a taxi cab in Baltimore City, and I got shot. And I guess about a month afterwards, as I went back to work, I met these two gentlemen walking down the street pushing a shopping cart, and they had his drums, and they had the bass guitar and amp in the shopping cart. So I was trying to learn to play guitar. I had no idea how bad I really sucked. Oh, girl, was I horrible. So we got together the following weekend at their house. And I went in there. Well, I was honest. I only knew maybe half of a song, but I had no idea I even know that song, really. And the drummer was really offended with me. But the bass player, you know, was kind of curious because he heard something. Oh. So he proceeded to come over my house every day we became best friends, and I guess this went on for about 2-3 years. And he would come over every day, and we would learn songs: Van Halen, Dawkins, Dio, Judas Priest, Motley Crue. If it was coming out, he had me learn to play it by ear because I didn't know chords. So I had to listen to him tell me what notes he played, and then figure out what the chords were. So I learned to play chords that way. Very hard way to learn chords. But he put me on the path of rock and roll. And in that time, I heard the Scorpions, "No One Like You," with the double harmonized solo.
Yes, I know.
Girl, and I was lit after that. I said, okay, here we go. Then, of course, you get Night Train with Night Train coming. Cinderella, Somebody Save Me. You see where my mind is going now?
Yes.
And then Ozzy Osbourne with No More Tears. Please, girl. Zach Wild.
One of my top 3 songs of all time is No More Tears. I love that song.
That is so gnarly.
I love that
so
song.
vicious. Zach Wild. Oh, my God. He's a big, humble, gentle giant.
Have you heard the latest album? What do you think of the latest Black Label Society album?
How recent? Because my soul tie, she's really into his stuff.
At 2021, hold on, I'm trying to pull up the album right now. Just started jamming out to it. I was like, wait a second, Black Label Society released an album like last year? But I didn't even hear about it. That's
I asked her about that because she listens to all Zach Wild stuff.
Hell yeah.
And I like Zach Wild. I got lost for a second here. I haven't heard anything new from Joe Satriani lately. And I kind of sort of got away from Steve Vai for the moment because sometimes I find myself chasing after him. As a drummer, do you find yourself doing that? Comparing where you are to a drummer that you know is far better than you?
All the time.
That, yeah.
And then you spend your time trying to craft riffs similar to that.
I try, but
Doom Crew. It's Doom Crew Inc.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So fucking good, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, I've been out to this nonstop for the last 3 days.
I'll be honest with you, if where I am right now, if there's anybody that I would actually admit to ripping off, it's Zach Wild.
Your influence.
That's so fat.
It doesn't.
He's such a bard. The guy writes amazing songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to write an amazing, powerful song, listen to that stuff. The guy's incredible.
Exactly. And that's what we've been listening to for a while. Max started listening to this album recently. I was like, what? It's like, yeah, they released an album last year. What? And we've been writing more since we've been listening to this. So wrote a couple songs. So yeah, very influenced by this one. It's got a good sound. It's rocking. It's got some slow, melodies.
Ballads. He's a ballad. He's a great storyteller.
Ballads.
I call him a bard. He's an excellent storyteller.
So good.
And to be honest with you, if I were to write lyrics, all my lyrics would be about the life that God has given me now. But you would get tired of hearing about it. But truthfully, it's all I would talk about. It's all I would tell you about. The truth. Living in truth is so amazing. But I really talk about music instead because it's simple to go there. I feel you, girl. It's so much simpler to go down. So where I am now is I'm looking for material to start the next CD. I have 2 so far. There was the beginnings of a third one, but when I sat back and I listened to everything I had done, I didn't like any of it. And so it's like, no, let's start over. So I'm now looking for different chord progressions and different rhythm. That's the hard part about playing rock and roll. Trying not to sound like everybody else. And trying not to be fully degentous. You have to have some stuff that sets you apart.
Right.
I get that.
And that's the challenge, in itself. Finding something that's unique, that's yours. Days upon days upon days of frustration sometimes. And sometimes you hit the nail right there in the head. This is, before I play my track, this is one that I'm working out right now. That's kind of Zach Wildish.
It
Yeah.
is.
I'm
It's
still.
very-
I told you.
Influence,
Told
not
you.
stealing.
See, that's why. What you have to do, really, you have to do a lot of writing.
Yes.
Then you have to sit there and listen. Then you have to be honest and say, okay, am I plagiarizing really here? And be honest with you, yeah. I mean, it's fun to sit back and jam on, but if you're writing something you plan on releasing, out into the mainstream public or hoping to, you have to be aware of copyright infringement laws, and they're very strict. And now it's very difficult water. Case in point, remember the song "Blurred Lines"? Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember they got sued for copyright infringement. They
Yes.
got sued for $9 million.
Whoa.
The jury said that Blurred Lines sounded too much like Marvin Gaye's "Got to Get It Up."
Oh, I did hear this. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
And unfortunately, Pharrell said that they wanted the conga parts to have the flavor and the similarity of that song. And because he said that, then the jury voted in favor of the stakeholders of the gay family and awarded them $9 million just because the conga parts sounded like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I got another one for you. Bruno Mars. You know why you ever heard from Bruno Mars lately? He gets sued by copyright infringement constantly.
What?
No. Yeah. Yeah. He got sued for ripping off Morris Day and Prince.
Oh,
I know.
oh
I know.
my.
I
Oh,
know.
my.
I know. So sometimes as a guitar player, it's easy to get stuck in a rut. It's too easy to get stuck in a rut. And sometimes you have to find something that can pull you up by your bootstraps.
Right.
And when I'm looking, I always go to Zach Wild. I always go there first because there are three things about him and his as an artist that makes him a complete package. And I think that I have grown into that same mold.
Gotcha.
There is cohesiveness in his music. When you listen to him, it's like he's had a conversation with you.
Yeah.
When he's done, you understood where he took you. Then his music takes you someplace and brings you back gently, And then as a guitar player, he's just so full over the top. So I try to achieve those. In the song we'll play for you, this fact, this was the first time that I went in this direction. And what I did was I incorporated two styles to do this. I incorporated Prince.
That's cool.
And you might recognize when it first start. And there's a little bit of Santana going on in the body and going out the back end of it, okay? And this song is called Kitty, and there's a story behind this.
Okay.
I used to work at a place called Advanced Design Packaging, and this is where my life changed. And there was a young lady who worked with the quality safety department. And she always came to work wearing these black kitten ear headbands. And she liked to wear black form-fitting clothing. And when I tell you she was the epitome of statuesque, oh, yes. And I wrote the song Kitty about her with no lyrics because it wouldn't have been nice. but I tried to incorporate the provocativeness of her personality in the music. So I hope it translates, okay?
All right.
Let's take a ride then. Okay, ready? I get a little nervous. Bear with me.
Oh, it's okay. We get it.
You're fine.
No worries.
Hold on. Okay. I do get a little nervous. When I was doing Smith's Old Bar, The first month was all about the nerves, overcoming the battle of nerves. You're not gonna move, are you? Okay. It was a massive. I would be so. It's not fear. I think it's just adrenaline overload. You know, the anxiety, getting up there, and, and wanting to be good, wanting to get it right. As perfect as possible, but you really don't know how to do it because you've never done it before. You get that one? It's like you stepped up to the stage, you stepped up to the mic, and the bright flashing lights for the first time, and you have all this stage fear going on. You have all these eyes looking at you, but you can't run. Now you have to stand there and deliver. So there it is. This is called Kitty.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so much sass in that one. I love it.
Just like our friend Jim Day, he said, good soul in those leads. Absolutely.
Right?
Cool.
Totally.
Sweating.
Totally.
Well, guys, we only have like 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Joe Nathan, for joining us and hanging
My
out with us tonight.
pleasure.
It has been a pleasure. It really has.
Oh, it
Let's
was
stay connected.
so much fun.
And
Thank
shout
you.
out to our viewers where they can find you and follow you.
Okay, I'm on Instagram, Mr. Joe's Records. I'm on Twitter, Joe Nathan. I'm on Facebook, obviously, it's Joe Nathan. Band Lab. I'm high now. I'm really high right now.
All right.
Music gets you really high. It really
Yes,
does.
it does.
It really, those endorphins is something else. So,
Right? The best. Seriously.
you know what? Just follow me on Facebook, and I'll be constantly chatting out, and you can talk to me personally, or email me at Mr. Joe's Records. Tell you what, there you go. Anybody in the transgender community who wants to do music, at least talk about music, please email me at mrjoesrecords@gmail.com.
Wait, what is it?
mrjoesrecords@gmail.com.
Mr.
All lowercase, MrJoesRecords @gmail.com.
Mr. Joe's
Records.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
At Gmail.
Mm-hmm. And we have so much technology, we can look around the world. Yeah, I love you.
So good.
So hope you guys have me back sometime in the future.
Yeah, there
Yep.
it is.
There it
Oh,
is.
yeah. We're connected.
That's
We'll
it.
have you back. We got to connect
Oh,
you with some
yes.
Yeah.
We got to have you play something.
Heck
Take
yeah.
you out? I'll take you out.
All right.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll take you out. Hold on. This is one of my favorites. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay, give me a second. Ooh. Okay, let's do some shit here then. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Ooh, this is gonna be a wild ride.
Yeah.
Really different.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh. Woo!
Yeah, you can't beat that for an outro. What? Mic drop.
Bam.
And it continues.
Huh? Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness. Yes.
That
yes.
was amazing.
That's
Thank you,
amazing.
girl.
Trans rock, babies.
We
Trans rock.
cannot wait to have you back on.
Tell me when.
All right.
I am
we
fully
will.
retired. I'm fully retired. I have plenty of time, so tell me when.
All right.
Absolutely.
And I loved it here. It was so much
All
fun.
right, everyone.
Oh, yes.
So, alas, it is time to say goodnight. So, I will
Good
take
night.
us out, but we'll see you
Okay.
next week. All right, here we go, everybody. Good night, everybody. See you next week.
Good
See
night.
you next week. And thank you,
Bye,
Jonathan.
man.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. Talk to y'all soon.